Hi, guys. Hi, welcome. I'll just wait for everybody's audio to connect. Hi, Dunya. Okay, still waiting. It seems like someone has a problem connecting to audio. But before we start, I would like to ask you all if it's possible for you guys to turn on your video so we can see you. Don't be scared. I know there's quite a lot of us in comparison to how many of you joined us today, but don't be scared. We're all really nice and we'll be more than happy to see you. Of course, you don't have to, but it would be really nice. And I think if anyone joins us, I suggest we can just start, right? If everybody agrees. Okay, so welcome to today's information session. Firstly, I will give you some technical guidelines or some recommendations how to make your participation the most enjoyable, right? So as you see on the screen, we prepared a presentation through Menti. I don't know if you guys have any experience with this, but you can take your phone and go to www.menti.com, as you see written here on the screen. And the page will ask for a code. The code is also written here in the top line of the screen. Here, you insert this code and you will get to see the presentation on your phone as well. And we prepared some questions for you so you can participate in today's session as well. So it would be really great if you all joined. Urshka, Maya, Susanna, Armand, you can also join if you would like, so we can get more answers and make it a bit more fun. The page also offers you two other options. The first one is you can send likes in the shape of a heart. The second one is that you can ask questions through menti.com. So if I am saying something that perhaps you would like to hear more about, you can just ask a question there on the page, and the questions will be visible at the end of this presentation. We will have more than enough time to answer any questions or comments or anything like that. I see someone is already using the heart option, so I guess it works. A lot of hearts, actually. Okay, great. So I will firstly, another tip. I think the best experience watching this presentation is if you set your Zoom to side-by-side gallery view. So on the upper right corner of your Zoom screen, you can set the way your picture is set, and you can select side-by-side gallery. This way you can see both the presentation as well as the participants of this Zoom. So I recommend you do that, but you don't have to, of course. I'm not forcing you. Okay, now we can start with today's presentation or today's information session. So what will we talk about? Oh, wait, sorry. Firstly, let's test if Mentimeter works. On your phones, you must now see a question where you're from, right? So in these answers, you can write which country you're from, which university you're from, which study program you're currently enrolled in. So we can kind of get a picture of who is with us today, which countries you guys are from, and so on. Oops. Okay, so we have someone from Portorož, okay, Slovenia, Koper, Faculty of Management. We'll wait a couple of seconds more. Okay, someone is from India, very nice, in Latvia, and studying masters. Okay, so we have a bit of an international group of people today. It's very nice to see. We were hoping for more people to join us, but maybe next time. But I hope that we can really answer all of your questions and perhaps give you a bit of an idea of where we are, who we are, and what we do here at the Faculty of Management. So what we will be talking about in this information session. So we'll be talking about master's degree programs, and doctoral study programs, so PhD programs program. I will say a few words about how studying here looks like. So what is the study execution? About conditions, deadlines, procedures, all of this technical stuff that we should also cover. Then Urshka, who is our student, will be telling us a bit about the opportunities that you are offered as a student of our faculty. And then we will have some program presentations. Most importantly, or I personally would say most importantly, we will also have an informal session at the end of this formal presentation, where we will go into breakout rooms depending on which program you're interested in. That will be kind of the part of the session where you will be able to talk freely to some of the professors. I have Professor Laporchek and Professor Faganel with me today, who will be helping us get all of our answers. Okay, so I see that Hannah joined us as well. Hi, Hannah, welcome. We haven't covered, okay, and Julia as well. We'll just wait a couple of seconds so they connect to audio as well. Okay, so basically, hi Hannah, we've been in contact already, but we haven't covered much yet. This is just kind of the what we will be covering in today's information session, and we will start with the actual information now. So moving on, or starting, we have quite, let's say, a special study execution at our faculty, which I don't know how standard it is abroad, but it's not standard in Slovenia. We divide the study year in quarters. This means that studying at the Faculty of Management, you will have 4 quarters per year, 2 per semester. This is very convenient for students because they have, let's say, 3 subjects per quarter, and then at the end of the quarter, they have a quarter exam period, which means that they can finish with their subjects a bit faster. They don't have to wait until June to pass the majority of their exams. So it's much more convenient for students to finish their study obligations, as they go and not at the end of the year. And I think Urshka will also be telling us a bit about what the quarters look like and why she likes them from a student point of view. Our master's and PhD programs are performed in the afternoon, which is convenient from the point of view that it allows students to work while they are studying. Lectures start at 4:30 p.m. And they last until the evening. But a lot of our students actually do work, and they manage to kind of create this balance between work and studying and finish their study obligations in time. So despite this COVID-19 situation this year, our study programs are performed live in person at our faculty. Our faculty is brand new, so we just moved here a few months ago and we haven't had any students here. So whoever enrolls this year will be part of the first generation to fully study in our brand new building, which is actually very close to the previous location. So it is in the center of Koper in Slovenia, just 200 meters away from the previous one, but the faculty is much more modern, better equipped technologically and everything else, right? So we are very, very excited to welcome new students into this building. And generally our classes are divided between lectures, seminars, and tutorials, which are performed in very, very small, very small groups, which allow professors to have a more personal relationship with their students, answering all of their questions, addressing all of their concerns. So it's much a better study experience in this sense, right? So there are no groups of 200 students. The classes are much smaller. Okay, so moving on, just to remind you guys that if I'm going too fast or if I'm not explaining anything well enough, you have the opportunity to ask questions in menti.com, and I will actually be very happy to answer all of them. Okay, so in terms of the application and enrollment, this is all written on our web page. It's actually a very nice page where you can see all of the conditions, all of the procedures, the deadlines, and so on. What is most important is that before you enroll into a program, you need to kind of check if you fit the conditions required for enrollment, right? So this means whether you have the correct bachelor's degree, whether you need to submit a language certificate, and so on. It's all written there at, we can post it in the chat later as well, right? So for example, I don't know what you guys studied before, but if you did not study something related to management, business, economics, you need to pass some additional exams if you're applying for economics and finance or political science, or basically, I think, yeah, and for management as well. So it depends on what you studied before. And if you are enrolling into economics and finance and political science, you need to pass some entrance exams as well. This kind of might sound scary, especially if you're not our student, if you don't know who we are or how to enroll. But it's actually a very guided process, meaning that you apply on a webpage called EVASHA. There's a link on our webpage that takes you there. And then you are contacted if you have to pass any additional exams. If the people in the Student Affairs Office notice that there is any problems, they will contact you. So it's a guided procedure. It's not as scary as it might sound. We've all done it, and it went absolutely fine. In terms of the procedure, this year is a bit special because everything moved online. In the previous years, students had to send documentation, and it was much more complicated. This year, it's fully online through a national platform for applications. Firstly, you submit your application, you upload all the documents to your personal profile, then the documents are checked, and if you fit the conditions, you are accepted or rejected, or you know how it goes, right? So it's all centralized on that EVASHA platform, and that's basically it, right? No sending papers. What is important, or maybe the most important thing, is for you not to miss the deadlines. The deadlines are as following. So you see that there are two. I hope it's not too small. I'm just noticing this, but I think it's still visible. There are two different deadlines. It depends on whether you are an EU citizen or if you are non-EU citizen. The first enrollment deadline for EU citizens closes on the 26th of August. The second one is from the 9th to the 14th of September. And for non-EU citizens, the first enrollment deadline closes on the 15th of July, and the second one is from the 2nd to the 26th of August. You can read this on the webpage. What is more important for me to tell you is that we really, really suggest our students to enroll into the first, within the first deadline, simply because you never know how many people apply to the program that you're interested in, and it is possible that perhaps too many students would apply in the first enrollment deadline, and then you wouldn't get in the second one. So we really suggest you to enroll in the first one. But additionally to that, a lot of foreign students have a lot of problems when they're getting their visas, when they're finding their apartment, when they're handling all the administration related to studying abroad. And to make your life easier, we suggest starting sooner, right? Not starting late September and then doing everything in 2 weeks. But this is just, let's say, a kind recommendation. Okay. Now that we finished with the strict formalities, I would like to ask Urshka. I already introduced her, but I'll introduce her again because some people were a bit late. Urshka is our student, has been for a couple of years. So I think she's the best person to tell us a bit about what her study experience was like, what does she like, maybe what she doesn't like, but I don't think that's the best place for that. But tell us everything, Urshka.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Barbara. Hello, my name is Urshka. And okay, I will start with that our faculty is full. Because it's small, I think that it have pros because we can study in small groups, and it's a little bit individual. Everything is individual, and also our professors are very, let's say, you can ask them whatever you want, maybe something that you're working that you have at work, maybe your private stuff, and maybe for, I don't know, for example, what do you think about managing stuff or something, just a little piece of private, let's say private, but it's not off topic, of course. So the second thing, it's quartals. Like Barbara already said, I think this is a little bit easier. Maybe it's really stressful because we have, I think, 2 months, 2.5 months. So we must prepare for the exam, maybe 1 or 2, and we have all in these 2.5 months, but we are very focused. And I think I learn a lot because of quartals, because it's not like a long term, because it's focused and it's kind of short, let's say. Also, the pros is the afternoon, that we have in the afternoon classes, because you can work. I have worked 3 years now, and it's not a problem at all. You just manage everything. You can also work as a student, so you can manage everything with part-time, full-time. Don't worry about this. Also, as a student, you have 15 sports activities for free, so you will have whatever you want for free because you're a student of faculty. And food, of course, really important to me because you have Boni and it's cheaper. So you can go in the restaurant, and with Boni, you can eat cheaper. We will talk about this later. Also, I'm a tutor student. I am here to help students. So we have a tutor system. We are tutors, and we can help you whatever you want. If you have problems with, let's say, professors, you can tell us. We will speak to them. We will arrange everything. If you have problems with, I don't know, maybe you don't, with, let's say, life in Koper, maybe parties and something like this, you can also ask us. So we will help you arrange you everything, because you are new in Slovenia, and we know it's a little bit different. A little bit different, and yeah, administration unit, yes. Also, we will help you arrange everything with the documents on the administration unit and stuff like this. So don't worry, we are here for you. Okay, so if you have questions, I will be at the end. You can feel free to ask me anything you want. Barbara, did I miss something, or?
No, I think you actually said a lot of very nice things that I also noticed as like very, very nice when studying in Slovenia. As Urška mentioned, we have a lot of student subsidies. So Slovenia is even officially recognized as one of the best countries to be a student because of the food subsidies, the transport subsidies, and general life quality. So it's all very, very true. And if I'm not mistaken, Maria, who joined us today, I hope I'm not like bothering her when she's outside doing okay. No, I believe you're also our student, right?
Yes.
So would you add something, or maybe if you would just tell people that are not from Slovenia, what did you find like nice about living in Koper, or what is it like?
Okay, I'm Maria, and I'm third year now at the Faculty of Management. I really like Slovenia and Koper. The city is small, but it's really nice. And I like all the other things about food, those bonds, and especially that we have the quartals. And I think it's a lot of easier when you have the opportunity to pass some exams. For example, in November, and not just have all of them in January or June. And that's what I like the most. And also, she mentioned free sport. I play volleyball, so it was really nice to me to play with other students. And that was a place where I met a lot of friends from the different faculties.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't scare you by like exposing you like this. And now I'm going to do it again because we have Hannah with us. And if I'm not mistaken, or if my memory is correct, Hannah spent an Erasmus semester here. So maybe if she would like to also share why she's coming back or considering coming back, we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I don't know what to say. I just went for Erasmus to Koper, and I really like this place. Previously, I was in Poland, and the weather there is always rainy and more cold than in Koper, and it's like mostly summer. See small town, this atmosphere like Italian. I really like it, and I met my boyfriend there, so that's maybe the first thing why I came back and going to study there. So.
Okay, really nice. Thank you. That's actually really lovely to hear. But it is true, we objectively have one of the best weathers we have the best weather in the whole country and wider. So that's really a strong factor when deciding where you're going to live, because the program takes 2 years, right? So you will be spending a significant amount of time in the country that you choose. Okay, thank you. Thanks to everyone who helped me talk about the study experience and the opportunities. I hope I didn't scare you too much. And now I will say a few words about each of the programs that we offer in English. So we have 3 programs. It's management, it's economics and finance, and political science. These 3 are offered in English, but we also have sustainable development management and law for management. These 2 programs are performed only in Slovenian, but I'm saying it anyway because I know that a lot of foreign students from ex-Yugoslav countries also sometimes decide to study in Slovenian language. Just so you know that I will not be going into detail for those 2, but if you're interested in those, you can tell us and we can help you with those as well. So firstly, we have management. Management is very interesting from the point of view that it is performed in 8 modules. This means that the first year of your study is let's say the same for all management students on the master's degree, but then you decide which field are you most interested in, and you get to select between 8 different modules. These are I will check my paper so I don't forget any. So management in modern society, management of industry 4.0, entrepreneurship, business in the digital environment, languages in business, marketing, financial management, and human resources management. So you have a lot of different topics that you can choose from to kind of go more into the direction that really is your main point of interest, right? So the program, of course, is performed in Koper. It's in English and Slovenian language, and it lasts 2 years. And you will get more information in the breakout rooms. Then we have 2 programs that are a bit different or a bit special in terms of the execution, because they are performed in cooperation with Moscow State University Lomonosov, which is the best Russian university and a very elite institution. So the program Economics and Finance, of course, covers a lot of different topics from these 2 fields. And the first year is performed in Koper, the second year in Moscow, and you finish the program by obtaining 2 degrees, so 1 from each university. This is a very interesting program because it also offers a very authentic international experience and just opens a lot of new doors for you, I would say, as all other programs that we offer, of course. So the second program that kind of follows the same logic is political science, which is performed in 2 models or in 2 kind of directions. One is international relations and one is economic diplomacy. So if you decide to study economic diplomacy, you spend the 2 years in Koper. If you decide to study international relations, you go to Moscow in the second year and obtain the double degree. So this a similar or the same logic as mentioned before, just that it's performed at a different faculty, the Faculty of Political Science, whereas economics and finance is performed at the Moscow School of Economics. So these 2 programs are special from that point of view, and Professor Lalpershek will be telling us a bit more or answering your questions in the breakout room later as well. Okay, this was very briefly about the 3 programs in English. And now let's kind of start the quiz, some of the questions, just to kind of check if you've been paying attention. How many people do we? Okay, so you have to create some username, select a character. I'll just wait a couple of seconds more if anyone wants to join now. So to the guys that were late, you can go to menti.com and just type in the code that you see on your screen. It's like the first row. So 12090417. It takes 5 seconds. And you will be directed to this presentation where you can create this tigers and mice and these flowers. Okay, so we see, okay, we have people joining us now. Great. And you will be able to answer the questions. So we will have 3 questions. And at the end, we will see who is not only the person who memorized the most, but also who is the fastest in answering, because it's also timing you, okay? So you have to be fast when answering. And I really hope I don't mess this up. So if we are ready, we will now go to the first question. Answer fast to get more points. How do you apply to our study programs? Look at your phone. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's actually great. Most of you know that we have to apply through EVA-SHE. It's a centralized national system through which you apply, upload all the documents, and so on. But you don't have to go look for it. You can just go to our webpage and you will be redirected to this, EVA-SHE system. Okay, great. 7 out of 8. That's a pretty good score. Let's continue to the second question. I'm really scared of pressing something that will mess it up. Okay. Which program offers 8 modules? So it's economics and finance, management, or political science. 2, 1. Okay, great. Okay, 6 out of 7 for management, it is correct. And now let's go to the last question. And then we will announce the winner. Where is the Faculty of Management located? An extremely difficult question. I hope you know. I will be disappointed if you don't, but nothing too drastic. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. The Faculty of Management is located in Koper, but we have a double degree program with Moscow. I'm very happy that we all know where we are. Okay, so now let's see who is the fastest and the most correct in terms of answering. Okay, we have a winner, Masha. So if you want to get a gift from our site, you can send us your address and we will send you a very small gift. But congratulations. And now let's move on to the questions. So how many spots for foreign students are in each program? I can tell you right away, except maybe Maya, do you know it like by heart?
Yes, I do. Hi, everyone. So for the non-EU citizens and Slovenians without Slovenian citizenship, on the management program in English language, there are 10 spots. And on the economics and finance, there are 20 spots. For political science, there are 10 spots as well. So,
okay.
Hope you all get in.
Yeah, thank you so much. But as we said, the best way to maximize your chances of getting in is to enroll in the first or to apply in the first application period, because if the spots are gone, they are not offered in the second one, okay? So this is maybe really, really useful information for you. So do you have any other more like specific question or specific questions about the enrollment procedure? Because if not, we will now move to the breakout rooms. No? Okay, then I will ask Maya to open the breakout rooms and then you can just enter them yourselves. If anyone has any problems entering the breakout room, we can do that manually as well.
Yes, and one other thing, there will be 3 rooms. So one for management program, one for economics and finance and political science. So they are together. And the third one for PhD. I think there is one student for PhD program, right? Is he here?
I am not sure. I don't think so, but
No. Okay,
let's
so
go to rooms and we'll see.
Okay,
Yes,
Barbara, just another question. On average, how many of them are filled? It's another question down there.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh, wait. I will go back just to see if there's any other.
I think the second one.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
So far,
I-
we have not had major restrictions on foreign students, but things are very unpredictable from year to year, right? So one year we will have a limit on the enrollment. Another year they will not be. So far, there have not been any problems,
yes.
or at least
This-
not to my knowledge in the last few years.
This year is a bit special. Even on the first cycle application process, there were many foreign students applying for our programs. So there are restrictions on all of the programs on the first cycle. So for the bachelor and the professional study program. So I don't know if this will happen for the masters this year as well. It didn't happen in the previous years though, but we don't know what will happen this year.
Yeah.
So if you can try applying in the first application period.
Honestly, we weren't expecting so many foreign students to enroll into the bachelor program in the first application period. So we don't feel comfortable saying like, what are your odds? Because we saw this year that incredible things can happen, right? The most we can do is recommend that you start soon.